Hey everybody, it's Clinton, your piano sensei. Today I'm going to teach you how to practice for speed, how to get things really fast. And not just how to get it fast, but how to get that quickly. So most people just play things slow and then gradually play it faster several times in a row, and eventually you can play it fast. Well, I'm going to show you a much better way. It's actually more efficient and takes less time in the long run. And it's practicing in bursts, so just a little bit at a time. Now the piece I'm going to show you how to do this with is this Etude in C minor, Opus 29, number 7, by Henry Bertini, or Henri Bertini, or however you say it. But you can do this with any song that you're trying to get fast. I'm just showing you this as an example. Alright, so it's assumed that you will have first played hands separate for the section or the piece so that you can just have the notes and the fingerings down. So for example, I'm just doing the right hand. Okay, so this is the part that I want to get fast. And instead of just gradually doing that over and over, we're just going to do it in little bursts. Okay, so let me show you how we do that. We're just going to do that section right there. And we're going to do it getting that faster. Okay, so you can tell it doesn't take much time because you're not doing the whole thing. Then we're going to do the next part, starting with where we just left off and overlapping to the next one. Okay, good. Now, instead of going to the next part, we need to connect those together. So now we're going to start at the beginning and do all of that. And the trick is to get it really fast, and it's probably faster than you'll actually go in the end. Next is right there. Alright, and then the next step would be, you guessed it, this next one here. And then we connect those together, here to there. And what's the next thing that we're going to do? Go back to the first one and do all of that. And I'm going to go a little bit slower than the fastest that I was just doing, because it's a little bit harder to connect it all together. You can also pause right there. And then do it without pausing. Okay, does that make sense? Then the next thing that you would do is right here. Alright, and then you would do this one to there. And then you would do this, combine that together to here. So hopefully that makes sense. And you always want to do them in symmetrical units, or the same amount. So in other words, we did 2 groups of triplets overlap to the next, 2 groups of triplets overlap to the next, and once you have 2 things, then you combine that and practice that. Okay, and then you do the next group here and there, and then you combine that. And now we have two of the bigger ones, right? Two purple ones. So now we do all of that. Makes sense? So the next thing would be here and then here. And we have two of those, so we combine. And then we have here to here, here to here. And then we have two of those. So we combine the purple, and now we have two purples. So we combine that and do all of that. And now we have two pinks, or salmons. So then we combine that and we do the whole thing, which would be and then you can add the left hand and go through that same process if you need. Now, the left hand by itself for this piece, not as hard, okay? So you could probably just start combining it with the right hand. So here's the first green section, and then the next one. Combine into the purple, and then you do the next one, green one, and then combine that into the purple. Now we have two purples, combine it into the pink. Does that make sense? And the next one. And that's how you do it. So it's important to remember that you just do a little bit at a time and you overlap to the next thing. So in other words, you wouldn't just go and then, okay, so you were going and then we're starting on that one. That way you'll be able to connect it easily. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. So like, share, subscribe. Thank you, and see you next time.